Hey everybody, welcome back to Gooseberry Homestead. Well, I'm outside and I'm not going to do like a garden tour of my container pots this week. We're going to go ahead and we're going to go and look at my greenhouse. I have fallen behind on my videos the last couple weeks. I'm homeschooling my children, first of all. That takes priority over my videos. And we've just had the holiday, Thanksgiving just ended last week, and just trying to get things done this week coming into the December month. And I'm just got a lot on my plate, y'all. And so we're gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna show you here. One of my last videos, I don't remember which one, I had mentioned that I was going to be getting some leaves from my friend's house, and I still have actually 2 full kitchen-sized garbage bags of leaves. And what I have done here is I had those green container planters that were right along this area. I had my garlics in them. They're still in them, actually. And I'll walk over here and so I just put leaves over the top of my container pots. Now there was some green on the garlics and that sort of thing, and that's okay. But I just really needed to mulch my my garlic and the sides of the containers. The other container that has the parsley is right there, and I didn't mulch that one. That's going to be just fine. I still need to harvest that though. It'll grow back. It grows back so quickly. It loves this kind of weather. So yeah, I actually did little mounds where all of my gooseberries, like every place you see a planter with a planter stand, I guess I should say, with leaves mounded with it all the way down. Those are areas where I have my elderberries and my gooseberries planted along the fence line here. And so I've got them all the way along, evenly spaced out. And I used my planters and the empty planters to space out my bushes along the fence line and give them a good 3 feet on either side of the plants, give or take a foot or so. And so they actually tend to get to a decent size. So I wanted there to be enough room for pruning and airflow for the plants. And so I got them all mulched, and I put the empty planter stands there on purpose. And that's because my oldest son, who has Fragile X, you might have seen him in the decorating the bathroom Christmas tree, he loves to run along this fence area and make the neighbor's dog jump up and down really high. And since I've got some bushes planted here now, I don't want him trampling over my my elderberries and my gooseberries. And I figured, you know what, this is actually perfect. I can just keep these over the top as they grow and get bigger in the spring. And now they're all mulched and ready to go. Still have those other 2 bags of mulch, which I think what I'm going to do is I've got asparagus in these, so I might just come and dump the bags on top of these 3 pots right here and just mulch those with the rest of the leaves and just leave it right there on the grass. And just let it be. And so far we get so much rain here in Pacific Northwest that it's kind of it weights down the leaves, so they're not really going to blow around a lot. We've had a few storms come through and nothing has blown away from where I put it initially, so that's good. I never did get around to doing the video for this mushroom right here, and this is a it's called a Zeller's Bodel type mushroom, and it is actually an edible mushroom, and it's gone too far. I can't do another video on this one this year, at least. Maybe it is going to put out spores, and so it'll create it'll spread. from the spores getting onto the ground. And so I'll be keeping an eye out for more of these to pop up in my yard, but they are edible. And they do bruise when you touch the yellow part down here. I'll actually show you that. So like if I just touch here, you'll see that it'll start bruising. It'll actually turn like a dark blue or green color eventually. It's not really doing anything. But you can kind of see it a little bit now, barely, but yeah, it'll show bruising. So anyways, now that we're 5 minutes in, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take a look to see what's going on in the greenhouse, what's surviving, and we'll just try to make it a fairly quick video. And I've already got it open so I can go on in. I haven't been out here for over a week, and so I don't know what's surviving, what's not. So I'll be seeing right along with you guys. Got a cough here in a second. I still have a little bit of a cough from that cold that I got at the beginning of September. I have a lot of bugs in here, little gnats it looks like, but they're not like they're not like fruit flies. maybe they're mosquitoes. I don't need water. Everything is nice and moist in here still. I haven't watered in like over a month in here. So let's just see what's growing, what's dying. Okay, so I've got grape hyacinth back here. I have wild rose seeds in this container that has moss. I'm actually going to take the purple containers indoors. I got a baby slug right there. I'm growing slugs. Oop, there's another baby slug. I'm growing slugs, you guys. All right, so here, this is very moist, actually, really, really moist. I do not need to water this probably all winter. This is how my lemon verbena is looking. So if you've checked out my other lemon verbena videos, you can see. And yeah, we've got some die off on the leaves from the cold. They're turning yellow. This is normal in winter time. So if you live in a colder region, your lemon verbena will drop its leaves. And I remember I had a lemon verbena when I lived in Germany, and it actually would lose its leaves in the winter, and I would leave it in its container all winter long. It would get loads and loads of snow on it, and guess what? It would come back in the spring. So it's actually a fairly hardy plant, and it just loses all of its leaves. It's deciduous. So and if you live in a tropical region, it will keep its leaves, I would assume. And so I know that whenever I have it in the house, it didn't do this. It didn't drop its leaves. So anyways, yeah. So we've got some yellowing. Totally normal. Does not mean it's dead. And then we'll see what survives the winter. So yeah. Let's see here. Down here, my nettles are doing the same thing. We've got yellowing of the leaves, but we got young nettles in the pot still. We got the baby nettles in this one. Down below are the gooseberries along the bottom. They're getting yellowing leaves also. Totally normal, totally natural all the way across. But since they're in the greenhouse, they're a little bit more protected from the frost. So that's why we still have more green this type of year. My rosemary starts, awesome sauce. They are right here. They are looking very healthy, so I've got some new small plants. And then my tomatoes some of them are dead. Some of them are broken. This one actually, this is rotten. So, doesn't look like so far. I've got some tomatoes still on here, but it looks like the cold is getting it in the greenhouse. I would probably have to wager that I would need a greenhouse that is more, I'm wanting to say, like heated for it to make it through the winter. Surprisingly enough, I did take cuttings off of the tomato and off of the goldenberry back here. But the goldenberry is surprising me a little bit. It's actually adjusting out here in the greenhouse quite well. And then I've got some decent tomatoes down here still. Look, they kind of look kind of good. Some of them aren't. I will come out and I'll clean those up. Probably not today, but I will here soon. Ooh, look at this. Okay, so I've got my St. John's wort has it's losing its leaves. This is normal too. They lose their leaves. They're deciduous also. And so yeah, and then you guys, I've got a mushroom in here, a little white mushroom. I would probably wager that that is poisonous. I'm going to take it out of my container. It looks like a bug has started eating it. Okay, yeah, I wouldn't do anything with that mushroom. Most likely not edible. But I've got a lot of little tiny St. John worts plants in here. So those are looking good. And then over here, the lemon mint is still got a blossom on it, you guys. Look at that. How crazy. Most of it has died back. What I'll probably do is I'll probably come out here, since it's sheltered in here and it doesn't get a lot of wind in here. I'll probably just snip those and then just put it in the dirt. And then I've got the same grape hyacinth in the back container and another container pot here I'll take into the house to grow some lettuce, or even start some arugula in the house, because I love arugula. And I went to Winco just the other day and they didn't have any arugula. They had the sign up that said all of the romaine had been pulled from the shelves, and anything that contained romaine had been pulled from the shelves. And anything that was mixed with romaine. The thing is arugula is not romaine lettuce. And what I would normally typically buy was romaine individual, not mixed with romaine. So I was like, but my arugula is not with the romaine. Where's the arugula? And anyways, so the arugula is not at the store. At least it wasn't the other day. And I was pretty bummed. I'm like, great, I'm gonna have to grow my own, which is fine. So yeah, my weeds are doing great. Down here I've got a couple. I've got cat's ear, which is a type of dandelion. And then I've got two types of, I want to call them like a plantain plant. I can't remember the pronunciation for it, but it's a type of plant, and there's two varieties in my container here. One's got the longer slender leaves, and the other one has a more rounded leaf on it, and you can see those right there in the viewfinder. And so there's that. I've got pecan seed nuts in this container. Don't know if they're gonna come up, you guys. In this one I have hazelnut. And then here is how my American blueberry is doing. Looking good. Coming down here to the bottom, I've got my other variety of gooseberry in here. Not all of these are gonna make it, but it looks like I'll at least have a couple of those. This is the white mulberry in this one, and the bugs have been eating leaves. So I've got white mulberry right here. I'll actually take those leaves out. So yeah, that's how that's looking. The stem is still alive. So that is really, really good. And then I'm not sure if these are gonna make it. These are the Crandall currants. Some of them hadn't already made it. There's two empty spots right here. And then I think this is an empty spot. And then over here, white mulberries here. I don't think that one's gonna live, and that's questionable too. This I have fig seeds in, and this is a weed, so I'm gonna pull that out. That is not fig, but I still have fig seeds in there, so I'm hopeful that I will have fig seeds or fig trees pop up in the spring. Here is my peach, still has its leaves because it's in the greenhouse. Same with my pear. It's not doing a whole lot of growth though, but it still has its leaves because I have it in here and not outside. We've got a slug right here. We're gonna put him outside the greenhouse. All right, so these are my elderberries down on this side, and they are still alive. They're rooting into the ground, I'm sure. Okay, so that's what I've got going on this side. I've got mushrooms popping up in this container too. That is probably not edible. But this one I have the maple tree seeds in, so I might still get a maple tree seeds in this pot back here too. Might get a maple out of that one. This one has different blueberries. I've got in the center, and I can tell by the leaf structure, which is good, but I have in this container, I have sharp blueberry stem stuck into the ground, and I have pink lemonade blueberry stuck in the ground. And then more crandall currants over here. Gooseberries, more gooseberries. I had, in this pot, I have seeds for my red currants. I've got some green bits actually coming up. They could be currants, they could be weeds. Weeds like to come up in my stuff a lot. And then on this one, I still have, we'll see if this makes it through the winter, guys. This is going to be a testament. This is avocado out here in my greenhouse. If it comes up, I'm going to let it do its thing. I killed the other one in the house. By mistake, I did a rookie mistake and I gave it fertilizer. Don't do that. Don't do what I did. I killed my avocado tree. Okay, we've got Star Jasmine here, still alive, you guys. Super stoked. I got them to root. Just sticking them in the ground and hoping for the best. I let my weed grow in this one. That looks fun. And then I've got some rosemary on the side. And I can't remember. I'm thinking goji berries and elderberries stuck in this pot as well. And up here, it looks like the bugs might be letting some of my lettuce grow. Maybe. That is a berry. I do not need any more berries, but I'm gonna let it grow anyways. And then I've got some grass in this corner. And my lettuce is still trying to grow, but there's still a bug that's trying to eat them. See, look, that's completely munched off. So something is enjoying my lettuce out here. I'm growing the lettuce indoors too, because there's a bug out here that's eating these. They are enjoying my my lettuce. We'll let them have it. So that's that, you guys, for the greenhouse. What's growing, what's alive, what's not alive. Tomato bush is not gonna make it. So most likely we'll just wait and see. Who knows? Maybe it'll, for the most part, survive, like certain parts of it, until next spring. You can only hope, right? But I will keep you guys updated. I'm going to leave it all alone for the most part, unless it looks completely dead. Then it's out of here and making room, and I can reorganize, because I'm like, I've got all these pots and I can only walk into the first portion of the greenhouse in here, up to this part right here. And it's not that huge of a greenhouse, but it's not like too small either. So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see how things are going. Like, there's nothing in this pot other than the fact that I have a stake for this tomato plant. So I mean, that's a spot that's being taken up that one of my other planters can be moved back. So but with that being said, I think I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here, you guys. Thanks so much for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe, and click that bell button. And as always, have a wonderful day, and God bless. Bye.